Hello guys, welcome to my course Web Development. I am instructor Vincent and I'll be taking you through the basics of building a website until you become an expert in building a website using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So let's get started. Um, Web development uh, is also known as web programming and it involves creating dynamic web applications. I guess you've interacted with in your daily life, you interacted with websites like Google, Facebook, doing online shopping on sites like Jumia, and Gigi, and many others. Those are those are web applications. And to build web applications, uh, the people who build web applications are web developers. So learning web development is very good, especially for beginners who are interested in coding. And the good thing with web development is that you get to view what you're building in real time. So there are two types of web development. There is the front-end development and there is the back-end development. For front-end development, um, the developer builds the front, or basically the interface that a user interacts with. When you go to Google and you're putting something to search, now that's the interface. Or when you go to Facebook and viewing your status, viewing your profile, your friends post, or going to groups, that interface you're interacting with is what we call the front end of the interface. And this front end is built with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. HTML is a special language that you use to mark up text, which builds like the structure, gives a page the structure. Every web page on the internet right now is built with HTML. Then we also use CSS. CSS is a form of, I would say, a styling language, which is used to kind of improve the appearance of web pages, the colors, the background, the size of the images, the spacing between text elements, images, and other elements of the page. You do that with CSS. There's also another language that is used, which is called JavaScript. JavaScript is very common. It is used to kind of add interactivity to the pages. Maybe like validating a forms when you have a form and you have an email field in which you as a web developer you want the user to put an email address and not a name or a phone number. You use JavaScript to validate to ensure that the user enters the correct details. JavaScript is kind of broad because it is used for both front end and back end, but that is for another course. In this course, we'll basically focus on front end development. For back end development, that mainly involves building the logic behind the interface. When you go to Facebook and you see a profile, you go to your profile and you want to update that information. That information is saved in a database, and for that to happen, there has to be some code that takes your data from the profile and takes it to the database. Or if you want to view the information, that information is saved in a database. So there has to be a code that calls that retrieves that data from the database so that you can see it on the interface. So that is backend involves connecting the database and now the interface, the front end. For backend, there are several languages that I use. We have PHP, we have Python. There are several frameworks like Django, which are used for the backend development. We have other languages like Ruby, Java. There are so many for backend. But for the purpose of this course, we'll focus on HTML, CSS, and JavaScript as our main focus in us building beautiful interfaces. So, as a web developer, you have many opportunities. Um, as I discussed before, you can work, you can When you work as a front-end developer, that means you'll be using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript to build website front-end interfaces. You make them responsive on different devices, and you make sure that all the elements within the front end are working properly. If you're interested in backend development, you can also um, you also have an opportunity that in building the backend logic for web applications as well. There is a combination of the two, which you can be have the skills and experience of a front end and backend developer. So like you are more like a full stack developer. You can build the interface and you can build the backend logic of the web application. So that one is called a full stack developer. So you can specialize or you can do a mix of both. Though I'd recommend you specialize. Though having knowledge of the other is not bad, can help. As a developer, there are many places you can get employment opportunities or career opportunities. The first place are the large tech companies, the likes of Safaricom, Liquid Telecom. Most of these companies have strict requirements when it comes to hiring web developers, but they have very excellent pay benefits and opportunities. There are also startups. Startups are small and they might have lower salaries compared to those big companies, but they also have very high unique environments because they are more tech oriented and they focus on innovation. So you'll find like you'll be doing a lot of innovation, you'll be doing a lot of research, which is very helpful for your career. You can also opt to be a freelancer where you just build a portfolio and then you search and find your own clients, and this gives you the freedom to like manage your own time and also kind of get better money at your own terms. So in this course, I'll teach you the three core languages of web development, and that is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. In this course, we'll build a personalized portfolio website. I will show you how to look like. I'll teach you about HTML elements, and with HTML we create like a rough layout of our project website. We'll also write some CSS to style our website and make it responsive on mobile, on tablets, and on desktops. We'll also get into to learn more about advanced CSS and adding some cool effects like animations, transformation on our page. We'll also learn some basic JavaScript and look at how we can validate forms if you are for a portfolio site, as well as add other some fun interactive elements on websites. So for this course, all you need is a computer. You'll also need a text editor. I recommend Notepad++. That's what I use when it comes to writing HTML, CSS. Of course, we'll use Google to research. It's good we research as we learn, and of course, you need motivation. Motivation is key. So, welcome to this course. Looking forward to see you complete this course. Thank you.